Hello, this is Lisa sharing life stories with you, and stories and trying to get this straight so I don't look like I'm crooked while I'm talking to you. I've noticed something. This little story, I hope it helps somebody. It's about depression. And I thought about this, and I've thought about this for a long time. And I've never said this to you guys before, and I think this will help somebody. I really, truly hope it does. You ever notice? I'm going to give you some people for an instance. Like somebody who was a big singer like Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, they seem like happy people. That Twitch guy who recently just passed away. Do you know the dancer who used to be on Ellen? Real nice, funny guy. He's especially a good person to compare this to. He always seems so funny and upbeat. He just made a video with his wife before he passed away. Look at this hair. Before he passed away. I believe, and I know in my heart and soul, and if anybody has a depression problem, tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I know I'm right, because I can see this. When people have depression, like that Twitch guy, you can act all happy and you're dancing and having fun, but as soon as you're not doing that no more, you're with yourself. The reality of being with yourself and your problems set in. That's what it is. People don't understand that who don't deal with depression. They don't get, like, they see somebody, just giving you an example. Somebody making jokes, having fun, but that person could be the most depressed person in the world, because soon as they're not doing that, it also goes hand in hand with stage performers. Somebody like Prince. He was, real happy and gave it his all, had hip replacements and everything while he was on stage. And then as soon as he wasn't on stage, he really probably didn't know what to do with himself. Like somebody like Paul Stanley from Kiss, he's a person that has all his charisma. Look at me, look how wonderful I am on stage. But when he's off a stage, he finds things to do. He's involved in other bands. He makes beautiful art. He gets involved in things. A lot of people just take it all and give it and leave it on the stage, and then that's it. And then when they get off of it, it's a real big letdown. It's a real big low. And people are like, how can you be so low and you're so happy on stage and you're just, wow, life's just grand? Because that don't last forever. When you walk off stage, you're walking by yourself. You're just with you and your soul and yourself. And the loneliness and the truth sets in. That's 100% I know as sure as I'm sitting here. I know as sure as I breathe. People with depression go through. They could be the class clown, the funniest person, and then when the laughs are gone and the people are gone, they're with themselves and nothing's funny no more and things are hard and don't make sense. I gotta take a sip. But I thought about that for a long time, and people don't seem to realize that who don't suffer from depression. I don't suffer from depression. My mother did. But my mom wasn't, making jokes and like performing for anybody. But I can see performers, really struggling with that when they're coming down in their little rooms or going back home by themselves and all the laughs stop and the people stop and then you're just with you. You can't, this is the thing, guys, you can't run from yourself. You can't run from you. And whatever problem you have, you're right then and there. But focus first to see it. That's why it's so, so, so important that anybody that does deal with depression and they're dealing with them, that's why you need to get somebody else involved. A psychiatrist, somebody to talk to, somebody else, so that to give yourself breathing room from yourself and the emotions and the problems that you face, that can take your mind off of just you against yourself. And I know that's got to make sense to somebody out there who is struggling with depression, because that is the best. I've never heard nobody ever put it that way, but I know the way I'm putting it will touch people. I just know what I'm saying makes sense. So like again, when you're face to face with yourself and your own problems, they seem horrible. But that's when you need to realize you need another ear, a friend, a stranger, a psychiatrist, a therapist, somebody to take the pressure off of you to just facing yourself, where you just have, now you're talking to them, and it takes away a lot of that anger. It takes away a lot of the afraidness, the bitterness. It makes things sometimes people, and I've always said this, people interpret things different from other people. Again, you could hear your friends and family say to you every day, all day, why don't you go to the park? It'll help you feel a little better. You get a complete stranger in there, or a therapist, and they say, why don't you go to the park and you know what? Take a sketch pad with you and maybe draw some pictures, and it just hits you different. It just hits you different, and it sounds like something you've never heard before, and it makes sense, and it takes the pressure off you, and it makes things seem like they're hope. So that's why I encourage people, always reach out. And I understand, I know it's hard when you're having hard times in your life, but when you reach out like that, you won't be sorry. There is people to help you and then take the pressure and the strain off of you when you're face to face with yourself and your problems. Because again, you can't run from yourself. So to get you off of your back, take you away, get somebody that's in between buffering you, and they give you the break and the breathing room to recover from yourself and your problems. And it makes so much sense what I'm saying. That's why I just hope what I just said will reach somebody out there and make a difference in their lives, and they can get the resources, a stranger, a friend, or a therapist, the help that they need. Sometimes just talking to a friend or whatever, it makes a big difference. It really does. It takes that face-to-face away. And that's what I